something in me changed when I heard that. I'm like, for the first time in a long time, I'm really at a loss for words.
Han Meditations.
Hey guys, I am Han. This is my wife Kelly. We are Han Meditations, and we are back to look at another video. This is a conversation between Jesus and Allah. So a lot of people have requested this video. I'm actually excited to get into this one in particular because it just sounds interesting. Conversation between Jesus and Allah, what was exactly was happening. So let's just watch this and go from there.
Yeah, let's do it.
And if I'm on my phone, I'm taking notes. I know you're going to say that. And if Kelly's writing down, she is taking notes. So let's just go ahead and get into it and check it out.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يوم يجمع الله الرسل فيقول ماذا أجبتم قالوا لا علم لنا إنك أنت علام الغيوب يوم يجمع الله الرسل فيقول ماذا أجبتم قالوا لا علم لنا إنك أنت علام الغيوب إذ قال الله يا عيسى ابن مريم اذكر نعمتي عليك وعلى والدتك إذ أيدتك بروح القدس تكلم الناس في المهد وكهلا وإذ علمتك الكتاب والحكمة والتوراة والإنجيل وإذ تخلق من الطين كهيئة الطير بإذني فتنفخ فيها فتكون طيرا بإذني وتبرئ الأكمه والأبرص بإذني وإذ تخرج الموتى بإذني وإذ كففت بني إسرائيل عنك إذ جئتهم بالبينات فقال الذين كفروا منهم إن هذا إلا سحر مبين وإذ أوحيت إلى الحواريين أن آمنوا بي وبرسولي قالوا آمنا واشهد بأننا مسلمون إذ قال الحواريون يا عيسى ابن مريم هل يستطيع ربك أن ينزل علينا مائدة من السماء قال اتقوا الله إن كنتم مؤمنين قالوا نريد أن نأكل منها وتطمئن قلوبنا ونعلم أن قد صدقتنا ونكون عليها من الشاهدين قال عيسى ابن مريم اللهم ربنا أنزل علينا مائدة من السماء تكون لنا عيدا لأولنا وآخرنا وآية منك وارزقنا وأنت خير الرازقين قال الله إني منزلها عليكم فمن يكفر بعد منكم فإني أعذبه عذابا لا أعذبه أحدا من العالمين وإذ قال الله يا عيسى ابن مريم أأنت قلت يا عيسى ابن مريم أأنت قلت للناس اتخذوني وأمي إلهين من دون الله قال سبحانك ما يكون لي أن أقول ما ليس لي بحق إن كنت قلته فقد علمته تعلم ما في نفسي ولا أعلم ما في نفسك إنك أنت علام الغيوب ما قلت لهم إلا ما أمرتني به أن اعبدوا الله ربي وربكم وكنت عليهم شهيدا ما دمت فيهم فلما توفيتني كنت أنت الرقيب علي وأنت على كل شيء شهيد إن تعذبهم فإنهم عبادك إن تعذبهم فإنهم عبادك إن تعذبهم فإنهم عبادك وإن تغفر لهم فإنك أنت العزيز الحكيم قال الله هذا يوم ينفع الصادقين صدقهم لهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها أبدا رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه ذلك الفوز العظيم لله ملك السماوات والأرض وما فيهن وهو على كل شيء قدير.
That was heavy. That was really heavy, wasn't it?
Yeah. Just how the reciter started getting so emotional and crying. It's just like, oh my goodness. Wow.
I mean, he was breaking down because he could feel and he could experience the love of God from within in the conversation of Allah and Jesus. He could really, truly feel and experience it. And whenever it becomes that real, then it becomes that real. And you guys have to understand, if you're new to it like we are, I mean, just hearing this is like, it's a spiritual experience, what we're going through, just reacting to these videos and watching them. It truly is a spiritual experience. And
yeah, because it's like there's so much energy there. And sometimes the only way for that energy to really come through our physical body is through tears. Because, it's like a release. Like it has to release and wash out and come out. And sometimes the only way for that to really do that in our physical vessel is crying and the emotions. And wow, that was a lot. And really you don't really typically hear men cry like that, especially out of just passion and something good and positive, so it was very remarkable.
I mean, just hearing that, it's like I'm really at a loss for words because it was so heavy. Like even now, like I feel tears like welling up in my eyes and stuff. And it's just, I don't know what's come over me, but I just feel so emotional right now. And I almost don't even want to talk right now. I almost just want to truly take it in, because it really, like, it just, something in me changed when I heard that. And I don't know, it was just, I'm like, for the first time in a long time, I'm really at a loss for words. I don't really know what to say, because the English language isn't complicated enough for me to articulate the feelings that I feel inside myself. But just going on, I mean, it was going on and saying, remember, I supported you with a pure spirit and healed the blind and brought forth the dead, and gave you permission to do so. And when I heard that, I was wondering if that is like the Holy Spirit that they talk about in Christianity. And it's just a reminder that everything is through God and through God's permission. So that's why a lot of times I say that we are a part of God, because God works literally through us, because God can't be contained. God is so great. Allah is so great. He is beyond our comprehension. He is within all of us, around all of us, and can be anything at any given time. We can't just allow ourselves to think in Allah just in just one way. This is the all great, almighty being, the perfect being, an omnipotent being that knows everything, that sees everything. And he was working through Jesus when he was healed. Whenever I did my miracle, God was working through me, and God is within me. That is the only reason why I was able to heal, because of God. It wasn't me. It was God working through me.
Yeah, I noted the pure spirit line as well, because that made me think of the Holy Spirit, but it also made me think of like Christ consciousness, So, and that's how we feel, and how we've always felt like Jesus was created as a being by God to have that pure spirit, basically be what we all can be when we cut off all the darkness and we're only with God and only allow what God has in store for us and don't allow anything else. And he just kind of naturally gave him that ability. For the rest of us, it takes probably a little more work, but still very possible. Yes. So it reminds me of that Christ consciousness of just being purely with God and in good and in light and cutting off any darkness. Wow.
You're absolutely right, Kelly, because even whenever the emotional party was saying, but if you forgive them, indeed, it is you who was, he said, well, before he said, if you punish them, then they are your servants. But if you forgive them, indeed, it is you who was the exalted in might, the wise. So it's almost saying if you punish them, then they're not serving God in a way. This is the way that I interpret it. This is my first time hearing it. But they're the servants of you, not God, if you punish them. But if you forgive them, then it is you who is the one that is exalted in might, meaning that it's more important and more powerful to forgive someone than to condemn them, than to try and punish them for whatever, reason. So.
Yeah, because I'm still a little confused about specifically who it was saying you is. Are you clear on that? Like when it says, if you should punish them, they are your servants. So
Jesus.
It's using Jesus. Okay.
This is a conversation between Jesus and Allah.
Okay, so it was Allah saying this directly to Jesus.
Yeah, it's a conversation between Jesus and Allah. That unless I'm wrong, I could be wrong, but I saw that it was a conversation between them, and I was like, he's talking to Jesus.
That's what I thought, but I just wanted to make sure. So, because I thought maybe it could have been Jesus talking to Allah.
And then he said, oh, okay. Well, yeah, you're right.
But I think you're right. I believe.
It seems like Allah is telling Jesus the wisdom.
Okay.
But.
Well, no, now that makes sense.
Wait. Actually, yeah, now that we're thinking about it. If you punish them, then they are your servants.
He's saying you would be exalted. So we can't exalt Allah.
Exactly.
Allah can only exalt us. So, and that makes sense because basically he's saying, like, I believe, if we forgive someone, we're taking our power out of it, and we're saying only Allah can determine, what's the right for this person. You know what I mean? So if we feel like we should punish someone and not forgive them and hold this grudge, we're kind of trying to take the place of God, you know what I mean? And we're doing the judgment upon them, and we're determining what their path is and that they're not worthy of forgiveness, you know what I mean? But if we forgive, maybe someone did something so bad that they should go to hell, right? But that's not for us to determine. That's only Allah can determine that. And we're connecting with God even more by forgiving, because we're saying, these are roles that I have no part in playing. I can only forgive because forgiveness will always bring me closer to Allah and bring them closer too. Punishing them, I have no role in that. I can only forgive. I can only spread love. I can only spread what Allah can spread as best as I can, a match and a reflection of that, right? And in a way, submitting myself and them to Allah, to their judgment, because I am just human. I cannot determine if they are punishment. I forgive and then give it to Allah. And that's the way I saw it. And it was a very eye-opening way of looking at forgiveness and punishment, if that's how it was, said, which I believe it was. You agree?
Yeah. I mean, that was powerful. And then Allah said, Then it said, Allah will say, this is the day when the truthfulness will benefit from their truthfulness. So basically, at some point in time, like, people can go around lying, they can go around scheming, but the truth is the truth. So at some point, if you're being truthful, you're going to benefit from that. God is going to see that. Allah will benefit you, will give you gifts, will truly put you in heaven or in whatever place you need to be, whichever heaven. If you're being truthful, you will benefit in some way when the time comes. So it's important not to be lying, not to be scheming, and to be truthful in all situations. And a lot of times I'm too truthful. So, because I'm just such a blunt and blatant person. So I say exactly what's on my mind and exactly how I feel like saying it. So I'm a simple man. Did you want to say something else, Kelly?
Yeah, no, I agree, because in the end, none of us can escape the real truth. We're going to be judged on the truth of our life, whether we want to deny it to ourselves or not. But this was really beautiful. It really reminded me of this small excerpt from A Course in Miracles, a beautiful text. I was listening today and I wrote it down, and it happens to just make me think of this one a little bit. And just quickly, I will say what it says. It says, the response to holiness in any form of error is always the same. There's no contradiction in what holiness calls forth. Its one response is healing without regard to what is brought to it. Those who have learned to offer only healing because of the reflection of holiness in them are ready at last for heaven. Their holiness is not a reflection, but rather the actual condition of but what reflected to them here. God is no image, and their creations as part of him hold them in truth. They do not merely reflect truth, for they are truth. So, meaning that when you represent God and, get in close of connection to him as you can, you are reflecting him as a mirror, and everything you do and everyone around you sees you, interacts with you, will be able to see that reflection of a mirror, your reflection of God. But it's saying it's more than just a reflection, because it's deeper than that. And you are truly reflecting the truth. You become the truth when you cut off all darkness and only reflect God in everything you say and do.
Wow, that's beautiful. I'm glad that you read that, Kelly. Because you really do become a mirror. You become a mirror that is reflecting the pure light of God, the pure essence of God. Once you become a godly person, allow God into your life. A lot of people are allowing Shaitan into their life, not God. You want to allow God into your life and allow God to be a part of you in every step, every process that you're doing. So thank you guys so much for watching. We truly love and appreciate you. So many people have been donating. So many people have been subscribing, liking, and commenting. It's just changed our whole worldview. Our whole reality has changed because you guys are watching our journey step by step. You're watching. You're a part of this journey, guys. So thank you guys so much. It means so much to us, and we appreciate it so much. I mean, just you liking, subscribing the video and watching it, and it just even sharing it, it means everything to us. You have no idea.
Yes.
So thank you guys so much, and we'll keep these videos coming just for you. We love you all, and
See you in the next video.